Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Emelda and I'm going to be teaching you how to get clear skin on a budget. So today we're going to be talking all about azelaic acid, what azelaic acid is, its benefits, how you should use it, the do's and don'ts, the mistakes that I made so you don't have to make them, and what to pair azelaic acid with, what not to pair azelaic acid with, and all that interesting gist. So stay tuned. So first of all, what is azelaic acid? Azelaic acid is usually gotten from bay leaves, wheat, in its natural form. That's like in food grains, and azelaic acid is is used to treat acne, rosacea, PIH, which is post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which is basically the scars that your acne leave behind whenever it goes. So it helps in cell increasing cell turnover, which is basically just helps in renewing the skin cells faster than they would originally be produced. So how does azelaic acid help with hyperpigmentation? So azelaic acid contains what we call tyrosinase inhibitors. So tyrosinase inhibitors are basically like components or compound that help prevent overproduction of melanin, which is simply what happens, especially with people of color. That's what happens why whenever you have like an acne or a spot, it gets dark because there is overproduction of melanin. So tyrosinase inhibitors help to prevent that overproduction of melanin, which in turn leads to less or lighter spot. Instead of your spot getting really dark, it just helps to even out your skin tone. So that's also what azelaic acid is used for. It helps in even out skin tone. So if you suffer with discoloration, any sort of discoloration, melasma, PIH, PIE, I don't know if it's PIE, correct me if I'm wrong, but the ones that is for people of lighter skin tones, azelaic acid is used to treat them. Next is the potency of azelaic acid. So azelaic acid that can be gotten over the counter is usually not as effective. When I say not as effective, meaning that it takes longer time for you to be able to see significant results. So prescription strength azelaic acid is usually better or most advisable, most effective. So with prescription strength azelaic acid, you are able to see results in a shorter period of time, within 8 to 12 weeks. So azelaic acid, for it to be potent enough to see results quicker, should be within the range of 10 to 20% azelaic acid. The duration which you can use azelaic acid for: unlike most skin brighteners like hydroquinone, which can only be used for a certain period of time because it can cause adverse effects if you use it for too long, azelaic acid can be used for a much longer period of time. So you don't have to worry about side effects of using it for too long. Azelaic acid got you. Also, azelaic acid is pregnancy safe. So for people that just conceived or were using tretinoin before they got pregnant, they cannot continue using tretinoin because studies show that tretinoin can be absorbed into the bloodstream, which is detrimental to the child, to the fetus, developing fetus. So azelaic acid is a very good alternative for people that were using tretinoin before. So because it still does the work that tretinoin does, but is less potent than tretinoin or retinoids. So azelaic acid also does the work of evening out skin, unclogging pores, and preventing acne, as well as smoothing out texture. So it's all round good for pregnancy. So we're going to be talking about the potential side effects of azelaic acid. Guys, when I started using azelaic acid, I thought that my skin could handle it because I'd be using tretinoin, my skin had adapted to tretinoin. I'd been using tretinoin for over a year. So I felt like I was good to use azelaic acid because azelaic acid was not as potent as tretinoin. I was wrong. Azelaic acid can be very drying. even for people that have very oily skin, and I have very oily skin, but I discovered that my skin would be so dry and be so itchy and so tight, and it was bad. So if you are using azelaic acid first as a beginner, I would advise that you go for a lesser strength to prevent adverse side effects like I did, like I had, sorry, like I experienced. So I'm going to put a video here. Azelaic acid can, when you start using azelaic acid, you also discover that you tend to purge more. So I felt that because I'd been using tretinoin, that my skin had, like, I didn't have any underlying acne. But when I started using azelaic acid, I started breaking out. As you can see around, I still have the PIH from the acne that he gave me, and I had on my jaw, around my nose, on my forehead, some along my jawline. It was bad. I was like, God, hope I'm not going back. Like, I thought my skin was reverting, or my skin had gotten used to tretinoin and I started breaking out again. But no, that was just the purging phase. And the purging phase of azelaic acid lasts for about 2 to 4 weeks, but it's not as bad as tretinoin is, and eventually your skin will adjust and you'll have the skin that you want. Your skin will start seeing results, like effective results. Another thing I noticed when I started using azelaic acid was that it was stinging my face. So I don't want you to be worried if you are experiencing stinging with azelaic acid. It tends to happen for someone that is just starting out or is new to azelaic acid. So yeah. So I'm going to be talking about how to limit the potential irritation that azelaic acid comes with. So the only way to minimize this irritation is using by starting slow, by incorporating azelaic acid into your routine slowly. Go like twice in a week, 3 times in a week, and that way your skin has time to adjust to it and you won't suffer the adverse side effects. You might suffer the dryness and the stinging, but it will subside after like 2 weeks. At least mine did. It subsided after like 2 weeks, so you'll be good. Another thing I want to point out is that azelaic acid cannot be used as a standalone product. While it's good, it's pore clogging, it helps with rosacea, helps with hyperpigmentation, azelaic acid will be more effective if paired with other actives like tretinoin. So azelaic acid and tretinoin when paired together will give you amazing results. Amazing results. Research shows that these two when combined together enhances the work of the other. And something you should be very mindful of is that it's not all acids you can pair with azelaic acid. It's not all actives you can pair with azelaic acid. So be mindful of how you mix it. If you want to mix an acid with azelaic acid to increase the potency, be sure that you do your research. So the order in which azelaic acid can be incorporated into your routine. So firstly, you have to make sure that going in with a gentle cleanser, especially if you are just starting azelaic acid. You don't want to use something too harsh. So you go in with your normal cleanser, which is mild, and then moisturize, then azelaic acid, then sunscreen. How often you can use azelaic acid? You can use it twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. But if you are using tretinoin, I opt to use it in the morning, then use tretinoin in the evening. Some examples of azelaic acid is Polar Choice 10% azelaic acid, the ordinary 10% azelaic acid, and the Exanic azelaic acid, which I use. So I really hope this video was helpful. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, click on the notification, subscribe, and thank you for watching.